Hello everyone and welcome to the grand finale of Super Mario World, where in the last part I knocked out the Valley Fortress, but I'm gonna go ahead and hit the R and L triggers on the top of the controller and go back here for some power-ups. Yeah, at least wanted to get one. Want to at least get one Cape Feather to go ahead and knock out the Valley Ghost Fortress. Having a Cape Feather makes it easier to get the alternate exit in this one. Of course, you got those green bubbles from the Vanilla Fortress. Or the Vanilla Ghost House, I mean. The best thing here to do is just run for the most part. You just want to run and try to get as far to the end as possible. Because you can get an extra life, and at the very far end is the spot to get the keyhole exit. This one's a little bit tricky to get to, and this is one I didn't discover how to do properly until years after I'd been playing it. Although I did discover this on the Super Nintendo version. I would say this is probably one of the bigger secrets I discovered before anybody else in my family had been playing the game ever did. But this has two different exits to get through, and I gotta go ahead and go back through here one more time. Boogity my way on to the final regular exit of this game. Well, actually, that's not the final exit, but the final ghost house exit. Seems like I have a knack for getting a bunch of 26 points, but that's all fine and good if you ask me. I'll go ahead and scoot on over to Valley of Bowser 3. This is the final regular exit, I believe. Actually, that's unfair to say. There's a regular exit in the in the Koopa Castle. This one's pretty neat because the platforms that you ride there have numbers on them which count down to 0. You definitely want to be careful. This one's not too bad. I really like this level. This one's got this really cool blue and green aesthetic going on with the floor platforms. There's weird out of place things are back. The bullet bills are back. You got all those stars sparkling in the background. And this level's pretty cool to get through. It's not too bad. I'll grab that extra life and be on about it though. And we got Valley of Bowser 4, and this will do it for the last of the non-castle levels, folks. This is the final regular level in the game. Or at least it is in this playthrough, depending on how you play the game. People may play Super Mario World differently than this playthrough is done. Like, for example, many of my playthroughs when I was younger, I used to skip all of the levels and just shortcut through Star World. You can do that if you want to. Crap, I lost my Yoshi. Looks like I gotta take the regular exit. But that's okay if I do say so myself. Because you got the regular exit, and then you got the keyhole exit. Now, if by off chance there is another Yoshi to show up, I can take the different exit. But yeah, there's the keyhole. And since I don't have Yoshi, we'll just go ahead and come back through here, shall we? I gotta deal with another one of these bonus game. And a majority of the blocks I was able to push turned into the objective mushroom. I got a couple extra lives out of it, so that's all cool. But yeah, there you see Larry Koopa's castle, but I still got a little bit of unfinished business left here. You got those charging chucks that this variation dig up rocks, and those rocks can hurt you. As well as the charging chuck enemies, of course. I would say those are my second least favorite enemies in Super Mario World, behind the fish that follow you in the underwater levels. And this time around, I'm going to want to try to keep this Yoshi. You know, I'll just scoot on over here, get that checkpoint. That way if something does happen, I can just select my way back and get a Yoshi. Or if I die, I can just go to a level and get a Yoshi. Ooh! Hey, come back. Yeah. But yeah, you gotta be careful sometimes in Super Mario World, folks. But it looks like I will get the final keyhole exit in the game. And all that does is take us to the Star Road path. So I got 2 more levels in Super Mario World, being Larry's Castle and the final showdown with King Bowser Koopa himself. It's really hard to believe I've already gotten to Bowser Koopa in this playthrough. Initially it felt like a long journey, but I'm glad you were all here for it, folks. Anyways, got one of these platform things of the blocks that you gotta ride. And then you gotta look out for those ball and chain things. These ball and chain things can be quite the nuisance, and I need to make sure I don't run too fast or I'll probably end up losing the platform there. Being Super Mario and getting this bonus mushroom up here will give me a little bit of extra leverage, which is pretty cool. But you can't really ask for any more leverage than 99 extra lives. Anybody remember that show, Leverage? Used to be on TNT back in the day. I remember it used to be on TNT back in the day, and it wasn't my thing, but there was another show that I used to watch all the time around that era. It was called Franklin and Bash, and that show was pretty cool. It had the actor who played John in the Garfield movie. And it was about these 2 brothers who were like... Actually, maybe they weren't brothers, but they were lawyers. And it was about all the crazy shenanigans they would get into. Hey, it's the Magic Koopa again. And just definitely want to look out for them while they're there. And I kind of want to try to get a little bit more space to work with here. Can you give me that? Yeah, there's that space I need. Whoa. It's a little bit more space, so that's cool. I think they're called Magic Koopas in Super Mario World, though. It'd be cool if they are, so that way I'm not wrong. Even though I should already know this. Yeah, this one's quite a challenge to deal with, though, folks. As you gotta be careful, and yeah, as you see, I'm already running low on time. Running on empty. I'll show you running on empty. I'm gonna go ahead and go through this door, though, and this will be the final Koopa Kid battle. This is Larry Koopa, folks. And just like that, I yeeted him into oblivion. Here we see the final of the Yoshi shells that I've yet to rescue, or egg. Mario has defeated Larry Koopa in Castle number 7. All that is left is Bowser's Castle, where Princess Toadstool is being held. Can Mario rescue her and restore peace to Dinosaur Land? Well, I would hope for the sake of this playthrough, yeah. And I will continue and save. And this is gonna be it, folks. This is the final level in Super Mario World. Bowser Koopa's Castle. And here we see a selection of doors that you can go through. I chose door number 4 because I feel like it is the easier of the doors to deal with. Although it kind of reminds me of the second room in Castle number 6 just a little bit. As you got all these spark enemies and moving platforms, but it's not as bad as that one. And you got 5, 6, 7, 8. Who do we appreciate? And then you got this room full of charging chucks, and just you want to be careful through here, and being Cape Mario sure helps with that, folks. In a room full of darkness, there is a question mark block that allows you a little bit of light. You got these wind-up Mecha Koopas. Definitely want to be careful around those things. And you got those little things that jump up and down that kind of remind me of the enemies in Mario 2. Except in Mario 2 All-Stars version, they're purple. But here we got this fancy looking thing here that's flying into the screen, and it's got Bowser Koopa in it piloting the thing. It's supposed to be like a clown car kind of thing, kinda. But he throws a bunch of Mecha Koopas at you, and sometimes he throws more. You'll see what I mean. And then ultimately the goal here is you're supposed to hit him 6 times, folks. So this is the first phase of the battle. And after the first 2 phases, he will throw these fire things at you, which used to be a lot more difficult for me to dodge when I was younger, but that's all fine and good. The music has sped up just a little bit. The intensity is picking up, folks. And this time around, he throws these giant bubble-looking ball things at you. So just spin jump over those. Be as careful as you can. And he throws a couple of those at you while you just gotta wait for those Mecha Koopas to come back down. Of course, I failed to hit him that time, but I hit him there. So technically, I've halfway completed the Bowser Koopa boss battle. See what I can do. See what I can do in the remaining minutes of this playthrough, folks. It's been quite a journey so far, and I would hate to think it's all for nothing. Aw, yeah. Looks like that's gonna send Bowser back into the foreground. That would almost make you think he's gonna come through the TV the way he was approaching. And that was a really close, precise jump to make there. And the princess luckily handed me a super mushroom, and the final phase of the battle has begun, folks. Just gotta hit him 2 more times. Can I manage to do that? They just throwing some more Mecha Koopas at me. And yeah, folks, that's actually it. That's the end of Super Mario. That's the end of Super Mario World, folks. Bowser has relinquished the princess. The princess gives Mario a smooch on the face. Wholesome. Mario's adventure is over. Mario, the princess, Yoshi, and his friends are going to take a vacation. Wonder where they're gonna go, though. Cool thing is, though, some fireworks are gonna show up for a split second. Can almost never go wrong with a good set of fireworks. Pretty colors and explosions. Though I do feel sorry for doggos that can't handle it. But yeah, folks, that was Super Mario World. I gotta say, this has been a pretty fun journey throughout. I feel like there were some good moments, some bad moments, some in-between moments. But overall, this has been a pretty fun adventure, and I can't wait for the next game that I decide to record, whatever it may be. But yeah, once again, just gonna go ahead and give credit where credit is due. Let the names and the credits roll across the screen. And Mario has rescued all those eggs, as well as the princess. And yeah, overall my thoughts of Super Mario World. Once again, folks, I just want to point out that it is my second favorite game of all time. Now, one day I will do a Rayman Let's Play, because that's my favorite game of all time. But this is a close second. And this game brings back a lot of fond memories. And if it weren't for the original Rayman, it doesn't get any better than this. I also really like the credits theme here, folks. I always thought that was pretty good music, even if it's one of the only different themes in the game. And there you see the producer named Shigeru Miyamoto. He was Mario's creator, of course. And hey, we've made it to the end of the credits. Let's see what's going on. Oh, back at Yoshi's house, which is in the World 1 map, folks, right at the very beginning. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Thank you. Thank you. And here we got the enemies roll call, folks. A bunch of different names here, as each enemy, of course, has its own name. We got the amazing Flying Hammer Brother, Super Koopa, Charging Chuck, Volcano Lotus, Jumping Pumpkin Plant, Jumping Chemical Plant, Sumer Brother, Pokey, Monty Mole, Pidgeot Bill. Oh, they're not called Pidgeys, they're Pidgeot. They got the Bonsai Bill, the Mega Mole, Rex. I have a neighbor named Rex. You got the Dino Rhino, the Dino Torch, and the Mask Koopas, which are just regular Koopas if you don't get all the special worlds. Spike Top was the name of those ones. Buzzy Beetle, even though I like the term Fuzzy Meatloaf. Swoopers. Blurps, Porchu Puffer, Urchin. Urchin's the name of those one dudes from the Forest of Illusion 2. Boo Buddies, the Big Boo, Eries, and Fishin' Boo. The Ghost House enemies, of course. And of course you got Dry Bones, Lil Sparky. I was close. Of course those thwomps there, I think they're pretty neat, and they bring them back in later games. They bring a majority of these enemies back in later games. You gotta be careful around them and make sure they don't like smush you. Fishbone. Of course, Redzanor. But yeah, I like that there's a roll call of all the enemies at the end of the game, and I also like that there's a credits roll at the end of the game. So not only are the developers getting credit where necessary, but all the designers and whatnot are. Here you got Morton Koopa Jr., Lemmy Koopa, Iggy Koopa, Ludwig Von Koopa, Larry Koopa, Wendy-O Koopa, and Morton Koopa. The end. But yeah, folks, that's going to do it for the Super Mario World playthrough, and I thank you all for tuning in for this one. I'll see you in whatever the next game is that I record.